Hello and welcome again to my YouTube studio slash home office. This is going to be an updated tour video. Last time I showed you guys this new space. It wasn't quite finished, but now I finally decorated it to my liking and set it up in a way so that it's functional both to create YouTube videos, to work, and I also share this room with a bed, so this converts to a guest bedroom. I've got some gear on the bed right now. But overall, it's not a very large room, which I think might be good to kind of show you guys because I know, it's every YouTuber's dream to have your own giant studio where you can just have a complete setup, but many of us don't, especially if we have families. So this is a good opportunity to show you how much you can, I think, accomplish in a small space and kind of maintain a semi-permanent setup, but also a decent living area as well. So I'm going to start with the desk area. I've positioned the desk in the middle of the length of the space, and I'll tell you why. It has to do with getting two different shots. But the desk itself is just this basic, plain, very minimalist desk. It's on Amazon. It's fairly cheap, and I like it just because it's nice, clean lines. There's not a lot of fuss going on, and it comes in different colors. And a very lovely addition I have just added to the desk is this beautiful walnut finished shelf by a company called Grovemade. So Grovemade is a group of craftspeople in Portland, Oregon, and they create high quality, functional, and stylish office accessories. And they asked if I would like to choose some to show to you guys, and obviously the top choice was this desk shelf. Because it's gorgeous, it adds the nice walnut finish, but it also creates a second level of space, so I can tuck away journals. I'm kind of a journal junkie. I can tuck that stuff underneath and then still have the nice smooth space to set things if I want to, and it creates just a variation of the wood grain, and I absolutely love the walnut finish on this. The desk shelf comes with one little slot, and then this is kind of built perfectly to go into it, so you can tuck away things you just don't want to see at your desk. And then one of my favorite accessories, which is just kind of random. When I saw it, I knew I would be able to style it in different ways, and it would have a lot of different uses. It is this walnut MacBook holder, MacBook dock, right? So, you can see how heavy and sturdy this thing is. And you kind of squeeze it to get a little space, pop your MacBook in there to have, even more space on your desk. And I thought that would be cool. That would be cool. It's not really a habit of mine, but if I didn't want to do that, I knew that I could pop a journal in there and then that would look awesome. And Grovemade does have a headphone holder, which I was looking at, was kind of cool, but I realized that I just think this looks really nice. Just kind of all put together. And these headphones are by a company called Symphonized. I've had them for a while. They're a little outdated. They have a cord. There's a cordless model now, Bluetooth. But I love the wood grain on that. I'm a big fan of wood grain. And actually the Grovemade stuff kind of inspired me to design the rest of the new office around their look. So another product I bet I very badly needed an upgrade to my chair. So I found this one. I actually got it from Home Depot, ordered it from Home Depot. There's similar ones on Amazon, and I didn't mention, I will link below to a kit that I put together, which is kind of a gallery of all the products that I'm showing, just in case you guys are inspired by anything. You can see everything there and have links to where you can purchase them if you're interested, and they are affiliate links, so buying through them is no extra cost to you, and it does support the channel, so I appreciate that. And this chair, check this out, it is a wood grain backing. So this has a similar kind of walnut looking color on the wood on the back of the chair, which I just think looks so cool. How often do you see a chair that looks like this? And a nice, faux vegan leather finish. And it's really not the most comfortable chair. It's not a slouchy lounge chair, which is great because it really does keep me sitting upright at my work desk. The other one was just it's almost too relaxing. And I should probably address that I still, to this day, only edit from my MacBook Pro, which is a 2019. There's 32 gigs of memory in this, And it's fine for editing, and it's a habit that's carried over from my travel vlogging days. Like I just want to be mobile at all times, and even as a mom, like I take the laptop to the YMCA when my daughter's in one of the classes, or her gymnastics class, or the back porch, or I'm just always kind of like to be mobile. But I do think I'm gonna move to the whole monitor and maybe like a Mac Mini system soon. I look forward to kind of like incorporating that into more of a desk setup. And thank you, Grovemade, very much for sending me these amazing items, because they're definitely multi-purpose and I'm gonna incorporate them in a few different ways. Also on my desk, got this. Just a fun thing. Now, if there was like one Christmas gift for a photographer or videographer, if anyone needs a Christmas gift idea, I actually got this at like a thrift store in New Orleans, but I looked online and sure enough, Amazon does have them. It's a lens, you know, holder. It says it's a coffee mug. I think that's like next level videographer to drink your coffee out of something like this, but I like it as a pen holder. I've got this cube timer, which I have to have with me. It really helps with time management. So if there's one area in life I'm gonna just like lose time, it's video editing, because it's so fun. So sometimes I'll just like, you just pop it over to 30 minutes. I'm just like, I'm just gonna work on this transition for just 30 minutes. And then when that timer runs out, well, I just set it again. Okay, so let me take you to the front area, in front of my desk, which is great. And I set it up this way, like I said, to shoot a sitting down at the desk shot, which I have yet to actually film a video that way, but I love that I'm going to be able to. And this whole system I am obsessed with, because these tripods, they're not tripods, they could be tripods or light stands, I guess, but they're desk clamps. And it's kind of unfortunate because neither of them are wide enough to fit on my desk. But in the windowsill, they are amazing. So can you imagine if I had two different like light stands or tripods here, it would just clunk up the whole floor. And this way I don't need to. So I can use my Canon M50 and then have the monitor so I can see like a bigger, brighter shot of myself, which is nice. This is the Andy Cine Ultra Bright monitor. And this is also another light that I love. I did a whole video on this light. It's portable, like it's literally probably the largest portable light that's like easily portable, I guess, if that makes sense. It's a pretty low-key, casual, very thin light. So I keep it here. It actually was on a desk clamp on my desk, but that clamp broke. And by the way, I have to mention this. There's a lot of these online, a lot of them on Amazon. I've ordered at least 4 different brands. A few of them have broken, a few of them have just been so crappy I sent them back right away. And the one that I'm gonna put in my kit is this brand. It has been the best brand. It's a little bit more expensive, but when it comes to anything that is holding your gear, holding your cameras or holding your lights, you want to invest in a good light stand or tripod, because the last thing you want is your camera to break because you have it on a crappy tripod. It wasn't an M50, it was like a Rebel, but it had the screen flipped out, and the flipped out screen broke off when the tripod fell. A long time ago, it was a very crappy tripod, so definitely better to spend the money on better equipment. And this I have right here. I love having it right here because if I'm on a Zoom call or something like that, it gives me that nice like little pop of glow to my face to brighten things up, especially at night when I don't have the natural sunlight. Let me get this out of the way because I want to show you also the last of the Grovemade products, which is this gorgeous piece. This is called the Wood Catch-All, and it's kind of like a wall shelf, but it's more like you can mount it lower and just kind of toss in, you know, any little bits of video production gear, keys, that kind of thing. It actually has key hooks underneath. But I found it to be the perfect place for lenses. So this is not only aesthetically pleasing, it is just like the perfect width, and this is also like lined with a nice felt, so I'm not worried about like putting the lenses down, and I don't know. I don't think I would break a lens just by setting it down, and of course I have them capped, but love that for my lenses. Got a Rode hat right here, and my 2008 iMac, my 2008 iMac. I think I'm gonna let Ella play on that now that it's there. And now we will swing around to the back wall. And the back wall is my favorite. I definitely had the most fun like styling it, because when I first moved into this studio, I wanted that back wall to be the backdrop of like a standing shot, which I haven't done much of. And it's funny because I made a video about 6 months ago, which Kaden, who's filming me now, filmed then, and it was all about how we set up that shot. So watch that video if you want to see how I was able to kind of make this wall look a lot bigger than it is, and I did that by using a longer lens. and positioning it just perfectly. But anyway, all of this is I kind of had to balance like making it look good as a home because this is a guest bedroom, and making it kind of all fit perfectly on a shot against the wall. Yeah, and the floating shelves was a big part of that because I didn't want too much of just nothing on the back wall. These add a little bit of depth because they pop out a good bit. And also I'm a person that needs to just kind of constantly change things. So this gives me a lot of versatility in just switching things around. Different lighting is very important to me because I think it's nice to add practicals. If you have a light that's in the background of a video and it's not necessarily lighting you, it's just kind of there. For aesthetics, that's called a practical, and I love string lights in general, so these are the ones I thought would be best. In the very last video I shot after I kind of arranged this, I used these string lights, which are kind of Christmassy, but they're like these beautiful little balls, and they just kind of look like bokeh, and then when it is a little bit blurry in the background, they really become bokeh, but they're like shaped like a nice bokeh, like, you know. And those look really cool too, so that's just another thing to play with. String lights I think are a really good thing to add in the background of your videos. I also like to add candles, so pops of flames. I also love plants. I mean, who doesn't? But it's a very big part of the aesthetic in my office and just the look in general. This bulb I wanted to show you guys because it's so cool. I was so glad I found it. I got this at Home Depot. They don't have them anymore. I think they just like sold out, but it is this General Electric LED vintage style tube light. This was just like an old lamp with a lampshade, and rather than, you know, get like a fancy lamp, it's just a basic lamp with the bulb, and that's what, you know, makes the lamp look cool. And I will say that this is clear glass. You'll see a lot of the amber glass, but when it's off, I don't know, just has a nice clear look. And another extra special lighting accessory I've added, I love LED lights, is this light strip in the back. Now what it is pretty much just like a thin piece of tape with these tiny little dots of LED lights. It's not something you would want like out in the open showing, but when you tuck it behind a piece of furniture, stick it to the back of something, it gives you this amazing glow, which looks great in the background of videos. It looks amazing just in your home. I mean, you can put it under couches, you can put it around and under anything. You're gonna go crazy with these. This is the daylight. I think I would have chose the warm lighting if I did it again, but this still just looks really cool, I think. And another good thing to do in the background of your studio shots is to add little shiny things. So like just pops of like metallics, because I don't know, it just looks nice. I learned that when I was a video production intern and we would film interviews with like politicians. And one time my boss was like, oh, we need some shiny objects in the background. And I thought he was kidding because it sounded so random. But apparently, yeah, when you add just shiny, any kind of shininess, it just creates a better look. And this I got in Bali. There is no link in the kit to this one, but it's very special, very important to me. And yeah, I think it's good to, whatever you're doing in your background setup, just incorporate some personal elements that are, you know, telling of who you are, because there's so much of the same stuff, I think, that you see on YouTube. Another cool thing that I love that I added to this office right away is this Sputnik light. Sputnik is the style of light. Got this on Amazon. These are fairly inexpensive. And what is so cool is that I added these smart bulbs, and you can connect them to Google, and you can adjust the color temperature. You can do the whole RGB thing with these, but I was particularly interested in the fact that I could do the daylight, these are daylight balanced right now, or do the soft white. And I thought that maybe it would kind of like affect the videos, like just add in like a bouncy fill just to all the corners of the room. They're not that bright because they're not video production lights, but they're still kind of cool. Hey, go change studio lights to warm white.
Got it. Changing 6 lights to warm white.
Change studio lights to magenta.
All right. Changing 6 lights to magenta.
I mean, how cool is that? I don't know, my 4-year-old loves it. And the final thing I want to show you, again, I'm obsessed because I get so excited whenever I can find something that helps to like minimize the clutter, you know, in the room, because video production gear can be very hard to organize. So what I have here is a broom clamp strip. These I got on Amazon. They were individual pieces, and I had my husband just, you know, drill them into a piece of wood and attach to the wall, and boom! Hold your light stands, hold your tripods, hold your random extension arms. It's just such a nice place to put these things. I used to have them like piled up in the closet but now they're behind the door in a space that would have not been utilized otherwise. So you can buy like strips with, you know, the clamps already built in, and they're usually for cleaning supplies, brooms and stuff. But I thought that I was kind of afraid the spacing wouldn't be perfect, so that's why I got the individual pieces and had them drilled in for a custom nightstand holder. And that's about it for the current studio update tour. I'll continue to update you guys if I do anything cool in here or figure out anything else. And be sure to check out the kit that links to all the products that I've shown you today. And if you want to learn exactly how I did the shot with the wall as the background, this shot right here, then go ahead and watch this video because I detail it along with the lenses and kind of our trial and error process to get that shot. All right, guys, I will see you in the very next video. Bye.